Few days ago, arch enemy Nitish Kumar turned into a dear friend for Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This is one person who earlier couldn't even stand Narendra Modi, didn't want to share a stage with him. Now is willing to do business and more. Then came news that the AIADMK is contemplating joining the NDA government in the forthcoming reshuffle of union portfolios. One after another, opposition parties which at one point in time could have been expected to take on the BJP juggernaut are now falling in line, instead wanting to jump on the Modi-Shah bandwagon. The Congress seems to have lost its spine to fight back. Does this then mean that the opposition has no chance, that the Modi juggernaut is simply invincible before 2019? We'll debate that. Before that, here's the story.
The National Democratic Alliance set to get a new member. After the Janata Dal United's Ghar Wapsi, is the AIADMK preparing to formally become a part of the NDA?
Both the camps of AIADMK support NDA, and only a rapprochement remains before an official alliance is announced. It is said that a union cabinet member is conducting the mediation, forwarding which an announcement of them joining hands with NDA would be soon revealed.
The BJP is clearly wooing the AIADMK. Union Minister Arun Jaitley paid respect to Jayalalitha at her memorial in Chennai, and Prime Minister Modi heaped praises on her during his visit to the state.
अगर मंच पर अम्मा होते ही हमारे बीच में अम्मा की उपस्थिति होती और हमारे गरीब मजदूरों ने काम किया है, ये बात जब वो देखती सुनती तो शायद हमको अनेक अनेक शुभकामनाएं और आशीर्वाद देती। हमें आज अम्मा की गैर हाजिरी महसूस होती है।
But the parties are remaining tight-lipped.
That I don't know. I don't want to comment on that.
The Paneer Selvam camp is refusing to give up its demand of Sasikala and her family being removed from the party as a precondition for the merger. But the ruling faction is hopeful.
In process, that will be continued. I hope the measure will be very soon.
Ever since the NDA came to power at the centre in 2014, the country has slowly been turning saffron, with the BJP riding the apparent Modi wave to victory in multiple states. And now it's Odisha, Telangana and Tamil Nadu in the BJP sides. The NDA already seems invincible for the 2019 general elections.
मोदी जी का मुकाबला करने की किसी में क्षमता वगैरह है नहीं.
And the AIADMK's entry into the NDA will allow BJP to establish a foothold in a state which has always repelled it. But the question remains, if Sasikala continues to control the AIADMK, will BJP's anti-corruption image not take a blow in case of an alliance?
The big question is, does Sasikala control AIADMK still, or will BJP's non-corruption stand take a huge blow because of this alliance? In Chennai, with camera person Vijay, Pramod Madhav, for India Today.
So is the Modi juggernaut simply unstoppable before 2019? Has the opposition already lost the spine to fight? Is the opposition incapable of taking on the might of Narendra Modi and Amit Shah together? Joining us on our showdown tonight, Sambit Patra, spokesperson of the BJP, Ajay Alok from the Janata Dal United, Yogendra Yadav is the founder of the Swaraj Abhiyan, and representing the Congress this evening, Charan Singh Sapra. Yogendra Yadav, I come to you first, because on the one side, you had Nitish Kumar, for the longest time seen by the secular brigade as the most promising candidate to take on Prime Minister Modi in 2019. Not just has he done a somersault, he's also now become best friends with Narendra Modi, a man he once hated. Given the fact that the AIADMK is making noises about wanting to join the NDA coalition, ahead of the next cabinet reshuffle, are we then to take that it is almost certain that the Modi juggernaut is unstoppable before 2019? Has the opposition lost the will to fight?
Rahul, parliamentary opposition is at one of its lowest in the recent history. You would recall that when Nitish victory took place and a lot of seculars were very gung-ho about it, I spoke and wrote against it, and I said there's nothing to celebrate here. In the long run, this would actually consolidate BJP. Everyone laughed at me, abused me, but there's a bit of I told you so moment here. I think what's happening at the moment is that the ruling party, with the help of its electoral victories, supported by a media campaign against opposition, which is unprecedented, and of course make or break tactics which are reminiscent of Indira Gandhi days. All these things are coming together to bring opposition down. But what is bringing opposition down more than anything else, more than whatever the BJP is doing, is opposition's own bankruptcy. They do not have a leadership, they do not have a credible face, they do not have a vision to offer as an alternative to Mr. Modi's vision, and they do not have a roadmap. To my mind, therefore, parliamentary opposition is at one of its lowest. But I would not conclude that everything is fine for Mr. Modi in 2019, because to my mind, the real genuine opposition is coming from outside the parliament. It is coming from the farmers, it is coming from the youth, it is coming from Dalits. These are the protests which are coming up.
Okay, you've set this debate up very nicely, and I want to put that question to Charan Singh Sapra. The opposition is totally bereft of ideas when it comes to taking on Prime Minister Modi. There is no leader, no vision, no face, no roadmap, no convincing narrative which would make the people of India believe that they should leave Prime Minister Modi and the BJP on the one side and vote for the Congress or for the united opposition. Your most bankable candidate just bailed on you 2-3 years before the election. Rahul Gandhi doesn't inspire even his own party. Does that mean that the Congress is just going to bow out without a fight?
No, Rahul, it's not that way. If you look the other side, I would like to put it in another way, that Mr. Modi and BJP, you know, they are putting in all their muscle and money power into politics. See the way they have snatched Bihar, or probably Goa, or probably Manipur, or Arunachal Pradesh. Earlier they tried that in Uttarakhand. Now this kind of politics what we are seeing nowadays, here Modi is following one proverb, like if you can't seal it, you steal it. So he's trying to steal
Sapra,
it. Now,
these are classic historic Congress tactics. These are not ideas that are being seen for the first time, and much as they disgust us, this is all what the Congress has passed mastery of. Now the reality is that Nitish Kumar, if he was genuinely ideologically opposed to you, he wouldn't walk out on you. Here my question, sir. If the AIADMK were genuinely opposed to you, they wouldn't want to join the NDA government. What we are seeing is unprecedented. Yes, of course, you've got the BJP using tactics, some of which are dubious, that cannot be contested. But you've also got the opposition, which is so bankrupt that it doesn't have the ideological steel to stand up and fight.
No, see, as far as Nitish Kumar is concerned, you know, that is a perfect example of political opportunism or the height of hypocrisy, I would like to say. Now, if the leader who did not get a mandate for himself, he got a mandate, anti-BJP mandate in Bihar, and then he switches on after 2 years. Now, this is a political opportunism. Somewhere, the the opposition parties are coming together. It may be Mamata Banerjee in Punjab. It had failed in Bihar, but now they have stolen it. So Congress and the other opposition parties. So
if you can't come in through the back door, try and jump in through
opposition.
जिसके पास ज से जज्बा होगा, एटीट्यूड होगा, म से मेहनत होगी, हार्ड वर्क होगा, और न से नियत होगी, intention hoga. Today look at the Bharatiya Janata Party. It has the jazba, it has the attitude of serving the people, it has the mehnat. I mean, even the opponent of ours agree to the fact that the kind of hard work that the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi and Mr. Amit Shah are putting for the expansion of this party, and for the work of this country, there is no one in the opposition who wants this.
There is nobody in the opposition, most of all your vice president and the Congress's heir apparent who's willing to make the kind of effort that the Prime Minister and Amit Shah do. They are 24/7 plugged in politicians. Rahul Gandhi will go for a fleeting appearance to Madhya Pradesh. The next day he's off to Italy for his summer vacation. You can't deal with the Modi juggernaut by being a partly on, partly off politician.
No, it's not partly on, partly off, Rahul. Congress has been working continuously, and Congress is a big party. And you see Madhya Pradesh, what is happening in Madhya Pradesh today? Today BJP is, put on mat over there. There are farmers.
I'll tell you what's happening in Madhya Pradesh. What's happening in Madhya Pradesh is that, Mr. Sabra, Rahul Gandhi can't decide between Kamal Nath and Jyotiraditya Scindia who should be made in charge of Madhya Pradesh, who should the next elections be fought under. You've got an opportunity. There is farmer distress in Madhya Pradesh, Yogendra Yadav, and then on the other side you've got the Congress totally incapable or unable of taking decisions. They're so incapable of taking decisions that you have to decide. Do you want Kamal Nath as your chief ministerial face? Do you want Jyotiraditya Scindia? You've left them both in limbo to a point where both of them are getting highly frustrated in the one state where the Congress made some effort. There's a lot of anti-incumbency that could have been exploited. Yogendra
Yadav. There's no doubt, I'm actually surprised by what the Congress spokesperson is saying.
Yogendra Yadav.
I'm actually surprised by what the Congress spokesperson is saying because it took them so many years to discover opportunism in Mr. Nitish Kumar. Have they forgotten that Mr. Nitish Kumar was in the NDA in 2002 and he stayed put? So isn't there an opportunism in Congress forgetting all that, joining him 2 years ago, discovering everything great about him, and now suddenly saying there is opportunism? I mean, this is we really need to be credulous to believe things of this kind. The simple fact is that right now Congress party appears to be the biggest guarantee that the BJP has of its success in 2019. I do not believe that BJP's success can be taken for granted. I actually believe that those who have taken their success for granted have always lost elections, be it Atal Bihari Vajpayee in 2004, be it Indira Gandhi in 1977. So that to my mind is a recipe for disaster.
Interesting.
But as I said,
you're saying that the biggest guarantee of
moving out of
the BJP's success is Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party. But Ajay Alok, Nitish Kumar for all time to come will define political opportunism in India. He chose when he wanted to align with the secular brigade. At that time Modi for him was communal. He chose when he wanted to join the communal brigade, and suddenly secularism and communalism mattered no more. Is it not fair that while of course the opposition is losing its spine, it's losing its spine because there are leaders like Nitish Kumar who've become the epitome of political opportunism, that they will swing whichever way the winds take them in a bid to remain in power rather than fight and practice a politics of principle.
Well, Rahul, you must understand one thing. I don't understand why people allow Nitish Kumar to choose. If Nitish Kumar is epitome of opportunism, what you're saying, why people allow Nitish Kumar to choose? The same thing you were saying when we broke from NDA and Congress supported us, and later on RJD supported us, that we are opportunist. Today when we broke on the issues of corruption, which we are not discussing why we broke, what led to this disgruntling of the Grand Alliance? What led? Then again you are saying Nitish Kumar is opportunistic. I mean, Nitish Kumar should have tolerated corruption, run the government, led to the destruction of Bihar systematically, and in 2020 you would have been the one who would have been saying on the TV that what happened, Mr. Nitish Kumar, Mr. Clean, in the last 5 years what you have done, there are so many scams, were you sleeping?
No, I'll tell you what would have been the principal thing to do, Ajay Alok. The principal thing to do would have been to say that we won a mandate against the BJP, we won a mandate against the so-called Hindutva. We're not being able to fulfill the mandate and the responsibility we were given, and therefore we go back to the people. That's the honorable thing to do. Instead, by somersaulting and joining with the BJP,
mandate given for corruption?
But the mandate was an anti-BJP mandate.
No.
So you've betrayed Rahul, the opposition's cause.
let me ask you one thing. Was the mandate given for corruption?
No, but the mandate wasn't given to the BJP.
Was the
now
mandate given for corruption?
Now half your cabinet ministers are BJP ministers.
Nitish Kumar resigned.
That wasn't the mandate that you were given. Has Yogender Yadav, has Nitish Kumar lost all political credibility? You know, at a time he was seen as this moral beacon in Indian politics, you know, resigning after rail accidents, also choosing to step down on the issue of his inability to get along with Prime Minister Modi, that time Chief Minister. Has he become the one politician, Yogender Yadav, who's lost his credibility much more than anyone else?
By trying to cement his Chief Minister's post, he has certainly reduced his stature in national politics. He has, Mr. Nitish Kumar has certainly reduced his stature in national politics. He has come out in this entire process unprincipled. Of course, everyone knew all that, but he has come out to be a more timid person and someone who is so clinging to power that he has today, that he is unable to think big, he is unable to go big. I'm actually equally amazed at what the JDU person is saying, as I was with what the Congress people were saying. I mean, did you not know about Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav's proclivity and record about corruption all these years? Were your leader not talking about it openly in every single
When they ally
election?
with you, then so it's not opportunism. When they ally with the BJP, it becomes opportunism. That's the kind of hypocrisy and the hollowness of the arguments being made by the opposition, and that's the problem. Sambit Patra, would you agree that Rahul Gandhi and the Congress in its current avatar is the best guarantee of the BJP's success?
The two things. I agree with Mr. Yogender Yadav, in fact, when he says that if you have a laid-back attitude, then you lose elections. And I can guarantee that the last people who would be complacent or would have a laid-back attitude as far as election is concerned are Mr. Narendra Modi and Amit Shah. They are working every day and every night, and they are not resting for a single day, because we have evidences in front of us. I was present in the room when the UP elections results were being declared. 325 seats. We were all rejoicing, but Mr. Amit Shah gets a phone call that the trip tomorrow for Odisha is ready. And we asked him, Adhyaksh ji, no time for relaxing? He told, no, I have to fight for 2019 right from the next minute. So there's no laid back attitude as far as the present leadership of BJP is concerned. And secondly, let me come back to Mr. Nitish Kumar and let me answer this question very candidly. So when the Mahagathbandhan was formed in Bihar, who got what and who lost what? Kisko kya mila, kisne kya khoya? Nitish Kumar came to the table in Mahagathbandhan with his image कि I am the Sushashan Babu and I will continue with my Sushashan. Secondly, Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav came to the table so that he can park his children, his kith and his kins. He came mostly for his children, for his son and daughters. The Congress came to the table of Mahagathbandhan as the last straw, as the last hope, so that they at least say to the world that, look, we have a state to govern to. Finally, what happened was, in due course of time, Mr. Nitish Kumar realized that he is losing out what was his asset. He was losing out his Sushashan Babu tag. He was losing out on corruption because his partners in Mahagathbandhan were absolutely corrupt and they would not allow him continue with that same tag on. So he realized.
Okay, so what I'll do right now is take a quick break. When I come back, we will look at whether anything can change. So we've established that the juggernaut is marching on, rampaging through the opposition ranks. But can something change? Can the opposition still get its act together? I'll ask our guest. General elections, can the opposition still get its act in order? If so, how? Can things still be turned around? Can the Modi juggernaut be halted? I put that question first to Yogender Yadav.
Indeed, something is wrong if we move away from looking only at parliamentary opposition and its disastrous performance and its vacuity, and if we actually look at the country, if we look at the people, then 2 or 3 things would strike you. Number one, farmers. There's enormous resentment, there is anger, sense of disappointment throughout country. I've been traveling to several states, and this I can tell you, this is one of the biggest issues that are likely to come up. At the moment, there is no way of politically mobilizing it, and all the opposition parties seem to be sleeping on that question, except occasional protests and demonstrations. That's one big thing. And second, unemployment. Unemployment is such a serious concern. Everyone knows, including the Prime Minister, that things have actually got worse. This is growth, not just with no growth in employment, but actually negative growth in employment. And number 3, there is this sense of fear, all this lynching business has actually very deeply undermined the foundations of this country.
So unemployment, farmers in fear. You're saying those issues could explode. Charan Singh Sapra, does the Congress have a strategy for revival? You don't know who will be in charge of Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. Your tallest leader just walked out on you. The party is facing multiple internal strife in Karnataka. There are problems with Veerbhadra Singh in Himachal Pradesh. Problems galore for the Congress, and it seems that there is no apparent solution either.
See, Rahul, such problems, they come in each party, and Congress party is capable of facing all these problems. Now, I agree with Yogendra Yadav what he said. These are the issues which the opposition would like to formulate, like the employment issue. The GDP has gone down by 2%. There's a serious economic situation coming up in the country. Mob lynching. Now, BJP, whenever these issues are coming up, you know, they want to overcome by bringing in such issues like Gau Rakshak, then Bharat Mata Ki Jai, Vande Mataram.
No,
now,
but it's your inability to
Vande Mataram should be
define the narrative. The only thing that the Congress Vice President was able to do was to say that the Modi Sarkar was suit-boot ki Sarkar. Apart from that one punch that hurt, Rahul Gandhi has not been able to do anything that really targets the Prime Minister in any meaningful way. Sambit Patra, overconfidence, is that the one thing the BJP needs to ward off against, not letting the sense of complacency creep in that the opposition is finished, hum hi hum hai aur koi nahi?
Not at all. Not at all. That is the last word that BJP would ever define itself with. Overconfidence, absolutely no. Atmavishwas and confidence, yes. We would move to the people always with confidence, never with overconfidence. Secondly, and extremely importantly, though Mr. Yogendra Yadav is extremely eloquent in stating that these are the issues through which people would be addressing the Bharatiya Janata Party, but I don't see the opposition picking up any of these issues. The opposition, in fact, has been speaking in the parliament since the last few days only about lynching, and they have been saying that change the name of Hindustan to Lynchistan. And let me tell you, if India would have been converted into a Lynchistan as the opposition is accusing us of, we would not have got 325 seats in the biggest state of this country, in Uttar Pradesh. If people would have been so fearful, people would have replied through the ballot and the EVM. They would not have replied the way.
One of the most important aspects of a democracy is that there must be a strong opposition. An opposition that has the mettle to pin the government down. It's very clear that this opposition led by Rahul Gandhi and the Congress and the entire opposition together is not able to match the might of the Modi-Shah machinery. But as Yogendra Yadav says, when parliamentary opposition parties fail, the opposition comes from the streets. It's happened in the past. Will it happen again? That remains to be seen. It also depends on how the Modi government performs and whether it's able to keep people's expectations in control and under check. Thank you very much for joining us.